reducing stress. You've even made a few new friends, all because you took charge of your health and lowered your risk of type 2 diabetes. It's possible when you join In It Together SC. You can start by taking our online risk assessment. Find a coach to help you with real-life solutions. This can be you, and it can all start today. Find an online or in-person program. Visit inittogethersc.org to get a healthier head start on your future. Brought to you by the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina.
Coping with COVID and In It Together present Wellness Wednesday, brought to you by the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina and DHEC's Division of Diabetes and Heart Disease Management.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
Happy Wednesday. It's Wellness Wednesday. In It Together SC and the Diabetes Action Council of South Carolina present Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday here on Coping with COVID. And today we're talking about the fact that I am one of 1.5 billion people who choose to be vegetarian. People choose it for so many reasons. And while there are different types of vegetarianism, the trend is really growing. We're going to talk to Mike and Kim Simmons and Lorraine Dunbar. These are 3 people who went on the meatless journey. We're going to talk to them about what they experienced. We're going to bring them up right now. That's Mike and Kim Simmons and also Lorraine Dunbar. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And also, Sue Doran joins us. She's making it her life's work to educate, empower, and encourage people to make meatless their choice. Sue, thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to it.
Hi, Trey. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll talk to all of these folks and so much more coming up next on Wellness Wednesday. But first, your COVID community updates. SCDHEC says vaccines for 5 through 11-year-olds could begin as early as November 4th. The FDA meets next Tuesday to approve the doses, which will be packaged differently from the adult and older kids' vaccines. The Palmetto State is already making plans for the rollout and will order the lower doses for kids beginning today. If you have questions about the COVID vaccine for your 5 through 11-year-old, please contact your pediatrician. Lexington School District 2 has decided not to re-up their mask ordinance. The temporary order will expire on October 31st for students, staff, and visitors. Now, officials say if the cases spike, they may reconsider the mask requirement. Meanwhile, Orangeburg's City Council voted unanimously to extend their mask mandate through December 19th. The requirement includes retail, restaurants, and large gatherings with fines in place for those who do not comply. Finally, the FDA is expecting to approve the mixing and matching of booster shots. Now, this means it's safe to get your 3rd COVID vaccination of a different type than you received originally, if that's all that is available. Now, the guidance is for Moderna and Pfizer. No word yet on if J&J will be included. SCDHEC has your most up-to-date list of times, dates, and locations for COVID testing and vaccinations in and around South Carolina. Visit scdhec.gov. COVID vaccines for veterans are being handled by the VA. You can contact the VA for more information, and you'll see that information on the screen. Now, among the many retailers that are also offering COVID vaccinations, Kroger Pharmacies, check the screen for details. CVS is offering vaccines also at locations, including those in the Target stores. Brooklyn Baptist Church's vaccine clinic is open 7 days a week. You can see that information on the screen. And the library, all of the Richland County libraries are also administering free self-collection tests. That's right. You can get a free self-collection kit at one of the Richland County libraries, and you can get 5 per week. If you need transportation to get your COVID vaccine, don't miss your shot. You can get it via the Comet bus system. You can get a free ride to get your vaccine on the Comet. Online registration help is being done through Get Set Up. If you or someone you know is having some challenges making their COVID vaccine shot appointment, you can get that through Get Set Up. Also, Prisma Health is doing several drive-through clinics. Those times and dates are on the screen if you need a flu shot. Now, FEMA is continuing to do their COVID funeral reimbursement. If you need more information, please check the screen for details on that. Several other resources are available, including the SC Bar Association and SC Legal Services. They have a toll-free number and website for rental and mortgage help. Richland County has a rental assistance program. Lexington County also has a bill assistance program. SC Housing and Dominion Energy have an energy assistance program for rent and utilities. And additionally, SC Housing also has a frontline workers home buying assistance program. SC Hopes offers 24-hour assistance online from anyone that is having some challenges coping with COVID. That's from the South Carolina Department of Mental Health. Now, there's a community job fair tomorrow. If you're looking for a gig, over 30 companies will be on site from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. tomorrow at Drew Wellness Center in Columbia, South Carolina. Dress for success, as they say, and stop by Drew Wellness Center tomorrow from 10 until 2 p.m. They're going to be hiring on the site. Finally, Election Day is November 2nd, but you don't have to wait until then to actually vote. Early and absentee voting is happening now in person or via the mail. Information is on the screen right now if you need more information about voting and absentee voting. I'm Tre Tailor. In It Together SC and the Diabetes Action Council of South Carolina present Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday here on Coping with COVID. We're actually streaming live on the In It Together Facebook page. Please go over there and hit like and follow and share. Man, they've got so many great resources on that In It Together Facebook page, also about diabetes prevention programs and also diabetes management programs. We're also streaming live on the Tailor Made Production page on Facebook. Please go over there and hit like and share and follow. Not only will you be able to watch Coping with COVID Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but also first Monday with comedian George Wallace. We are also streaming live on YouTube. I want to thank everyone for watching us on YouTube, all you YouTubers. We also have a presence on Instagram and on Twitter. Vegetarian Awareness Day is this month, October, and we're talking about this steady move to a meatless lifestyle. The North American Vegetarian Society established the commemoration in 1977. FYI, here's a fun fact. That's the year after I stopped eating meat. I stopped eating meat in 1976. That's a long story. I'll tell you about that another day. It's just a kid. The day is focused on emphasizing environmental issues, animal welfare, and personal health benefits, and to encourage people to stop eating animal products. As I mentioned earlier, there are 1.5 billion vegetarians in the world, and one of them is Sue Doran. She is a registered dietitian, and she's made it her life's work to help people eat meat less. Sue, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Tre. I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I want to show this video about the Meatless Monday launch, and then we'll come right back and talk to Sue.
Meatless Monday is a nonprofit public health initiative that encourages people to eat plants instead of animals 1 day a week for their health and the health of the planet. For every day that we go plant-based, we add 46 minutes to our life expectancy. It lowers our risk for obesity, heart disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and stroke. It also improves our quality of life and decreases our medical expenses. It's also great for our environment. It decreases water, air, and land pollution. It saves some innocent farm animals. Meatless Monday is also a common good that our city can unite around. We can join together to be healthier, support our local businesses, support each other, share recipes, share experiences. It's easy and it's inexpensive. You don't have to be able to afford an electric car. You don't have to lobby your legislators. Just simply eat beans and rice for a few meals and some beautiful, colorful vegetables and fruits instead of an animal. So join us Monday, April 12th for the launch of Meatless Monday, Columbia, South Carolina, for your health, for our city, for some innocent animals, and for our environment.
Sue, that's pretty amazing. Let's Meat Less. Congratulations on the initiative. First, why did you decide to launch Let's Meat Less?
Well, I wanted to be on the prevention side of eating. After years of working at our local county hospital and seeing people suffer needlessly from diet and eating related diseases like cancer, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and stroke, I decided that I wanted to do something about it to educate and to positively impact our environment, our human health, our community, and last but not least, farmed animals. So I founded Let's Meat Less to do that. So on the website, letsmeatless.com, we have a lot of recipes and resources, and it explains why I did this. I've served on a statewide nonprofit environmental board for years, and I wanted to share this information through them. And the story goes that they said, well, the legislators who we lobby don't want you taking their barbecue from them. And I said, I don't want their barbecue. I just want to let them and others know that if we eat less meat, it does a whole lot of good for our environment, for our health, for our community. We're all healthier and feeling better together. And of course, it saves some animals.
Yeah, it's so interesting because, in the South, when, that barbecue, that barbecue reference is so funny because, we're in the deep South where barbecue is king, girl, So I think it's such a valiant effort, though. I really do, to just say, listen, this is not something that I want to do. You are being selfless and saying, this is something that can really help everyone on so many levels, environmentally, health-wise.
That's right. Animal agriculture generates more environmentally damaging greenhouse gases than the entire transportation sector. So
Wow.
if we want to create less water, air, and land pollution, we just have to eat less meat. It's more affordable than buying an electric car. It's healthy for us, and it's easy and fun and fun to try new foods. And I always say that if you want to keep it really simple and easy, crack open a can of beans, drain them, rinse them, cook some brown rice, pull out some frozen vegetables, and season these things how you would a chicken breast. Put some
Right.
effort into it. Apply some heat and some oil and your favorite seasonings, whether it's garlic powder, onion powder, hot sauce. Put some effort into plant-based eating like you do meat-based eating.
Yeah, I love that you say all you're doing is you're not cooking it differently. You're not seasoning differently. You're just replacing the meat for something else.
Exactly. And if you want to start easy, start with something like Meatless Monday. It's a global health initiative that's in over 40 countries. So there are a lot of us doing it. And it's just a good way to start the week. And normally, if you do that on Monday, skip animal meat, you realize that you feel better physically, you're less lethargic, and you're fueling your muscles with the proper fuel for exercise. And then it carries over into Tuesday or Wednesday. And, if by the weekend things are getting bonkers and you're back to chicken wings and beer, we'll just reload on Monday and try again.
How did the Meatless Monday initiative work? Because you first went to City of Columbia, from the conversation I had, and then Richland County came aboard. How was that? How were those conversations?
Easy breezy and wonderful. Everybody realizes that this helps our health. It's a sustainability, as I said, environmental initiative. It's good for our community, and for all 6 of us who actually care about animals, it does save some animals. But it went really well. I partnered with Mayor Benjamin and City Council and wrote a proclamation that they signed proclaiming every Monday Meatless Monday in Columbia, and over 50 restaurants agreed to be on our website and participate. Even restaurants that aren't open on Mondays, like Il Giorgione on Devine Street, for example, they're good buddies of mine. They're not even open on Mondays, but they do a plant-based entree every week and slap a Let's Meat Less hashtag on it, and realize that this is good for our community, and it's also good for business. It brings in plant-based eaters, and these foods are typically less expensive than buying animal meat. So that's going really well.
Yeah, that is so great. I'm so glad that people jumped on board because sometimes, when you tell somebody you're a vegetarian, they look at you like you have 3 heads, like something is wrong with you. I mean, and we're going to talk to Kim and Mike and Lorraine in the next segment, but I know, and I've been a vegetarian a long time before, because it's kind of cool now. But people look at you. I think the biggest thing people say to me is, "Well, what do you eat on Thanksgiving?" And I always say, if you think about it, it's one turkey on the table, but then there are many other vegetables and starches and everything else. So I eat everything but the turkey.
Same. I do the exact same. And that shriveled up dried turkey was never very appealing to me to begin with. But I cook all the sides, and I've started using some of these plant-based meats. So I cook my mom's old Betty Crocker stuffing recipe that you use bread and celery and carrots. And she used to cook it with pork sausage, but now I use plant-based sausage. And the
Right.
sausage seasonings taste the same regardless of what the protein source is. So it's really easy to eat plant-based.
You talked a little bit about the benefits, and as a registered dietitian in a state where, good grief, Charlie Brown, we are at the top of the list of all types of heart disease, blood pressure, diabetes. I mean, this show is sponsored by the Diabetes Action Council and In It Together SC, which is a pre-diabetes initiative. Let's talk a little bit about how eating plant-based really helps with those comorbidities.
There's undeniable, overwhelming evidence that eating more plants and fewer animals and animal products, so meat, dairy, and eggs, decreases your risk for heart disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes, actually reverses heart disease. And since we're talking about coping with COVID, a recent Harvard Mass General study came out showing that if you eat plant-based foods, healthy plant-based foods, not a bag of potato chips, you decrease your risk for getting COVID, and you
Wow.
decrease your risk for severe symptoms with COVID. So there's just overwhelming evidence that shows that we're not eating enough plant-based foods, fruits, vegetables, whole grains like whole wheat pasta, brown rice, beans, nuts, and seeds. So we're not eating enough of those. And when we do, it has immediate effects on our health. It helps us control our weight, decreases our risk for those diseases, and it feels good, So
Yeah.
that's what my husband always says. We don't really assign a label to how we eat because, like you said, once you say vegetarian, that's a fighting word for a lot of people.
Those are fighting words, girl.
I just say I eat healthy for me, for the
Yeah.
planet, for the animals, for our community, because we don't want to be all sick and increasing medical expenses and dragging around not feeling well. So yeah, plant-based eating has a lot of benefits, starting with
Yeah.
it makes you feel better on day one physically.
It really does. Now, not only did you reach out to the city and the county, it was important to you to rally in some young people. Let's talk about why it was important for you to go to USC and to Benedict College to initiate the Meatless Monday initiative.
Absolutely. Well, this is how fun and popular this initiative is. And I was terrified to start it because I thought, oh my God, people are going to hate this dietitian. But when we launched Meatless Monday at Columbia on April 12th, the University of South Carolina actually saw some of our advertisements and contacted me. Their sustainability manager for the dining halls said, we're doing a Meatless Monday for Earth Week. Will you come have a presence here? So we did
Cool.
that, and they're doing a good job with that. And then I thought, I want this to be, I want the entire community to be involved. A
Yeah.
mile and a half away is Benedict College. I'll contact them and see if they will participate in Meatless Monday. And President Artis was fantastic. She said, absolutely, I'll rally the troops. So she put me in touch with folks like Lorraine, who's on the show today. And we decided to do a huge launch party with Impossible Burgers and tofurkey sausage and Daya cheese and ice cream bars and all these beautiful whole grain side dishes. And we got the Marching Band of Distinction to perform, gave away 500 t-shirts, and really tried to educate the students on how to eat healthy now. And as I told them, I don't want to have to come out of retirement as a dietitian in 10 or 20 years and see them in the hospital and treat
Yeah.
them for obesity or type 2 diabetes or that kind of thing. So it's important to me to start early with these folks so they don't end up suffering years from now.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to bring in Lorraine Dunbar. She is a certified personal trainer. Lorraine, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you, beautiful.
Oh, glad to be here, Trey.
Good. Listen, so tell me, what was the and you've been a vegetarian for a while. Were you able to help the students understand plant-based eating because of your experience?
Yeah, that's a struggle though. Everybody love the meat, but we do have a vast majority of student populations that are very vegetarian, especially the students that are international students. So they
Yeah.
come with a totally different diet, even coming to the U.S. So they value the greenery, they value the vegetables. But just trying to the connection with Sue through Dr. Artist, it was awesome. It was phenomenal just to get that platform started at Benedict, and the showmanship of it all. It was a grand affair.
Yeah.
From the pageantry of it, the platform.
Well, that's the HBCU experience, girl. Everything is going to be a production.
The food was just, I could have stayed there all day.
Yeah.
Ate till I got tired and felt good about it, because the food options were out there for the students, and the students actually enjoyed.
And I wanted to ask, what were the students' response? And Sue and Lorraine, both of you, I'd love to hear from you, because I saw in some of those videos you actually engaged with the students, talked to the students, and they seemed like they enjoyed it. What was the experience?
Initially, I think it was out of curiosity and skeptical about, that's plant-based. It's no good. It's no good. So they really had to just trust the process and just eat it. And after that happened, I think they appreciated the flavor of the product and all of that. It was amazed. I think they just didn't understand that it really could taste good, and not being meat, but being a plant-based meat.
Yeah,
so they had to take that leap of faith.
Right. And I love that, of course, they're young people. So, you're going to reel them in with burgers, so it was a veggie burger, veggie sausage, stuff like that. Yeah. The couscous was maybe a stretch, but
we reeled them in with a DJ, the marching band, a huge video screen where we put facts about plant-based eating on there. But then, and then the grills, we had Impossible burgers and these tofurkey sausages cooking on the grills, and the smells wafting. And those products, like, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I take no money from anyone. So there's nothing in it for me to mention those products. They're just really good products. I mean, this plant meat looks, cooks, and tastes like animal meat. It's just minus the animal suffering and the poor health problems.
Yes.
Now, how is it going now, Sue, at both Benedict and USC? And are other schools trying to hop on board?
At USC, what we're working on now is I've partnered with the Gamecock Pantry, the food pantry, and we're donating plant-based meats, sausages, burgers, etc., whole grain rice and whole grain pasta and things like that. We're stocking the fridges with those. That's going to launch this week, and putting educational materials out to provide, not only provide information on why eating plant-based is good for us and the planet, but to actually share the food with folks, to say, try it out. This is how you do this. This is what you can eat for breakfast. This is what we do at lunch. This is what we do at dinner. So that's going really well. And with Benedict, we follow each other on social media, and Lorraine can probably speak better to how things are going on the ground there. I keep meaning to get back to the dining hall and share a meal with some of the students, but as far as I know, everything is still going really well at Benedict. What do you think, Lorraine?
Yeah, we make an effort in our dining area. We do have a vegetarian section.
Oh, that's great.
So that is an option for students in the dining hall. During the breakfast time, we do serve it's either the plant-based sausage is usually real popular during the breakfast time, but during lunchtime, there's several different options, vegetarian options, during lunch hours.
Oh, and I know Benedict. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Speed up. We're trying to keep the speed and keeping the students engaged and having options, from our launch. Yeah.
And Benedict has signed the Forward Food Pledge, where they pledge to increase their plant-based offerings each week. Excuse me, by 5%. And that's a Humane Society US collaboration where Forward Food is going to come and train the Benedict chefs on some plant-based menu items. And we asked them to tailor them. We asked the students, what would you like to eat? And they said vegan soul food. So Forward Food is collaborating with the Benedict chefs to create these new recipes to then serve to the students in the dining hall.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And you know what? I do believe that it's just about, again, just taking the leap, having an open mind. And it does mean that you have to start early. I mean, I have a 3 and a 5-year-old that they're here. This is a whole different thing. Look, but they are, and because I'm a vegetarian, I do allow them to eat meat, but we eat a lot of veggie sausage, because if I'm eating veggie sausage, you got to eat veggie sausage. If I'm putting the veggie crumbles in spaghetti, we're all going to eat that.
Yeah.
But they love it. They love almond milk. They love hummus. The 5-year-old asked to take hummus to school today. So I think it's about just introducing it, and seeing what it takes. You don't know if you don't know. Look, Daniel Tiger says, and look, all of my references now are because of kids, is you got to try new foods because it might taste good. That's what Daniel Tiger says. I agree.
Yeah.
You got that right. And people ask me all the time, because I'm a dietitian, how can I get my kids to eat such and such? And the answer is, don't try to get them to eat something. Show them. Lead by example. Bring healthy plant-based foods into the home. Prepare them. Eat them. Like I had someone say to me recently, well, I told my kid, if you eat 2 of these baby carrots, you can have some chocolate. And, that's just, you don't want to use food as a reward. I said, just have your children see you eating baby carrots. And,
Exactly.
if you need a chocolate fix, hide it in the closet and do it on your own. But, just lead by example.
Yeah, I love that. And you're right. I mean, when they do see you, because kids are mimickers. When they see you eating something and you're enjoying it, I know for me, I can't, whatever I have in my hand, I want some. Can I have some of that? So they're eating good. And I recognize we are building healthy habits for them in the future. So like you said, Sue, just let your kids try it. And then don't say, okay, we're going to eat this. It's like getting your shot. Okay, you're getting ready to get this shot. Just eat it and everybody enjoy it. And, and make it taste good.
And sometimes you have to trick them. Like I do my grands. I would change up the carton on like almond milk or oat milk. I pour out the cow's milk. I put that in there.
Right.
They don't know the difference.
Right.
They really don't. So that's what I do for my grands at times.
Yeah. All right. So listen, before we let you go, Sue, I want to talk about a little bit about all of the great recipes on the website, on the Let's Meatless website. If people do want more information, they can go to the website. Not only are there recipes, but there are restaurant suggestions where people can check out, the different places that they can, get a meatless meal.
That's right. We have recipes, the story of why Let's Meatless was founded, and all the participating restaurants, and their hours and their menus, and so lots of resources.
And I see there the kid-friendly plant-based recipes, budget-friendly plant-based, Instant Pot, 30-minute plant-based recipes. I love that you have all of these great resources right there on your website if people want some more information. Sue, listen, congratulations so much on this effort. I mean, I really applaud you for taking the time and wanting to pour into your community, into your state, regardless of age, gender, race, religion. You just want folks to eat meat less so that they can live longer and have a great lifestyle. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.
I appreciate all you're doing too, Trey. Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
Absolutely. Want to shout out a couple of people who are watching. Candace Belton says, that's great. Glenn Gordon is also watching. I want you guys to post and share this information out so we can get the message to the masses as we are talking about eating less. That's our registered dietitian, Sue Doran. Letsmeatless.com. Check it out. Try some recipes and, again, the resources, and contact Sue and her team about how you, your family and friends, and even your workplace can meet less. Lorraine's going to come back in the next segment along with Mike and Kim Simmons to talk about their meatless journey. That's coming up next on Wellness Wednesday from In It Together SC and the Diabetes Action Council of South Carolina. I'm Tre Tailor. We'll be right back.
Imagine yourself 1 year from now. You've tackled your prediabetes, you're eating well, staying active, and reducing stress. You've even made a few new friends, all because you took charge of your health and lowered your risk of type 2 diabetes. It's possible when you join In It Together SC. You can start by taking our online risk assessment. Find a coach to help you with real-life solutions. This can be you, and it can all start today. Find an online or in-person program. Visit inittogethersc.org to get a healthier head start on your future. Brought to you by the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina.
Computers, they're a part of our everyday life. But when they're not working, they're an everyday problem. So call Computers Unique, your everyday solution. 803-351-5821. Is your computer running slow? Won't turn on? Do you need a screen replaced? Or maybe you just need another computer? Well, Computers Unique is your one-stop shop for all your computer needs. They have a wide variety of new and pre-owned PCs, Macs, and tablets. So call Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. 803-351-5821. 803-351-5821.
Let Palmetto Painting Services take the worry out of your next home painting project. We can paint anything. Our business is about interior painting and exterior painting. We offer services for residential and commercial properties. Restore the life to your home with a fresh coat of paint from Palmetto Painting Services. References are available upon request. Give us a call at 803-546-4570 today.
The Comet gives me a reliable source of transportation.
It's very convenient to me, and they have wonderful drivers.
It's clean, and it builds community. It's fun to meet people.
It makes me feel like really independent. It's just fun.
It's always going to be there, and it gets me everywhere I need to go.
We try to ride every single day. Comet is our livelihood.
You can eat what's good to you and good for you, too.
Yes.
Get the Dash for Southern Soul Cookbook free. All you have to do is ask. It's packed with delicious Southern-style recipes with a healthy twist.
Yummy.
You won't be able to taste the difference, but you will be able to feel the difference.
Yeah.
Inbox your email address to the In It Together or Tailor Made Productions Facebook page, and you'll get it straight to your mailbox. The Dash for Southern Style Cookbook and a Coping with COVID face mask. From In It Together SC, the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina, and Coping with COVID.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
Thank you so much for joining us on Wellness Wednesday from In It Together SC and the Diabetes Action Council of South Carolina. Please go to the Tailor Made production page where we are streaming live on Facebook. Hit like and share and follow. And not only will you be able to watch Coping with COVID Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, but also First Monday with George Wallace. We're also streaming live on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. We have a presence on Twitter and on Instagram. And we are also streaming live on the In It Together Facebook page. Please go over there and also not only hit like and share and follow, check out all of the incredible resources on that In It Together Facebook page and website for diabetes prevention programs, recipes, and all types of other great information on In It Together SC. I want to say hi to Cynthia Watson. She is watching and she says a great community initiative. She says, thanks to Sue. Listen, she is referencing Sue Doran with Let's Meet Less. If you missed it, please go and replay this broadcast and check out her initiative, try some of the recipes and resources and all of the great information on that website. We're talking about eating meatless today, and Lorraine Dunbar and Mike and Kim Simmons ventured on the journey several years ago, and surprisingly, it became a lifestyle for them. Lorraine, thank you. Welcome back. Mike and Kim, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me, what was it that the three of you thought about to get together to try a meatless journey? Because you were just going to do it temporarily. Is that correct?
No, I guess we started in 2003. And I started with, started as my mom had developed diabetes. And I said, wow, what's going on? And then from there, we did some, research and stuff about it. And then I said, she's exercising, but guess what? She wasn't eating right. So therefore, one thing, this whole thing, you have to exercise and you have to eat right. And from that day on, I wrote a book. I wrote a book about 1,000. I sold 1,000 copies about this whole program that I'm doing. So I said, got together and I said, let's start a business. It's time to live longer. So it's going for 18 years now. And what we do weight management, personal training, aerobics, and even flexion stretch. We're still doing that now. But just to get people right, and everything is biblical. You know, that the Bible said, Hosea 4, my people suffer from lack of knowledge.
Yes.
So what we need to do is just work together. We've been doing Meatless Wednesday. We do Wednesday, every Wednesday. So we've been doing that for 18 years. Probably about over 1,000 clients that's still doing the Meatless Wednesday. So when I told them, and even our children, we started our children up of vegetarian. They are 6, 8, and 10. So basically they know nothing about meat themselves, but they know about it, but then they know we eat plant-based diet.
Right.
We did it with Genesis 6:3 when God said we could eat all the herbs in the ground and also everything in the tree that bears fruit and seed. So therefore, by exercising and eating right, you have to do both together.
Yeah.
And so that's why we started the no meat stuff. And these are testimony. God put me down the store just to introduce people to it, but I'm not doing it. But I have a lot of doctors and even scientists calling me, what are these people doing to get off of their medication? And I'm told them they're doing the right thing by eating and exercising. I got some clients that's still vegetarian, but then some clients just do once a week, don't eat meat, but that's good. As long as they're doing it one time and they don't do it all the time, eating meat all the time. So, and then I started a program over at Benedict. Started with 5 people. I think it was Lorraine, Miss, and Kim, and 3 other people. And we started a program there. And it started from 5 to about 200 people. And the people were just coming down, losing weight, feeling better. The doctors taking them off their medicine, reducing their medication. And it's nothing that I'm doing. It's something that God doing and they self are doing. Because what happened, you have to do it until you take in your mind to do it. It's not going to happen. So it's all about you.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you're very passionate about it, Mike. Because all I had to ask you was one question, and you can.
Yes, ma'am. I keep going.
No, I love that too, and I love that you have taken it to a spiritual thing. You feel like this is really a spiritual thing, a God thing. You feel like it's biblical. So I think that probably encourages you, motivates you, focuses you in even more. I want to get Lorraine in the conversation because you mentioned that you went to Lorraine and got her to enlist some other folks in her workplace. So Lorraine, when Mike came to you and said, "What you think about being a vegetarian?" what did you think?
Well, it kind of started at that time. Mr. Simmons was also a staff at Benedict College at that time, so it was a group of us just kind of got together and said, "Hey, we were already working out as a team, so we said, hey, let's do a no meat month as a challenge." And from that no meat month, from that group of 5 or so folk, we continued to exercise, but we did the no meat month. And within that no meat month, I think I may have lost about 12 pounds, I think, personally myself. So I was like, okay, all right, this is working. This is working. Yeah. So I continued to not, and then I made a personal decision just to not turn back. So from that point on, from the challenge, the no meat month challenge, I decided to just keep moving. And I guess it's going on maybe about 14 years now. And I have not eaten, and I'm happy about that decision. So I continue to lose weight. I continue to work out, and I feel the healthiest I've been if I was in my 20s or 30s.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say how old I am, but but I am up there in the age. So,
well, you look beautiful, girl. Candace Belton says that's great for Benedict College and Lorraine Dunbar. Thank you, Candace, so much for watching. Please post and share. So, Lorraine, let me ask you: Did you have diabetes, heart disease, blood pressure? Did you have any of those?
No, I did not. Thankfully, thank Lord for that. But during the process, I mean, I was considered overweight. So when I started the whole journey, I was overweight, and throughout that first 6 months of my really being serious about starting and working with It's Time to Live Longer program as well, I lost 69 pounds in those first 6 months. So that was enough initiative for me to say, hey, Lorraine, you got to keep it moving, girl. So I kept it where it was. But the challenges, and the only thing that really came out of that medically is I end up having a hernia that I don't think I would have known about because of my weight.
Wow.
So when I lost weight, I began to, see the bulge in my stomach. And so I took care of that, but though I think the weight was covering that up.
Yeah, that's Lorraine Dunbar is a certified personal trainer. She was part of Mike and Kim Simmons' initiative to go meatless. Kim, what do you think was the most difficult thing that you hear people saying when they are trying to transition, or even thinking about broaching the subject of meatless lifestyle?
Most people, to me, it's mentally. They can't even imagine not going without meat.
Right.
They're not even willing to. It's so ingrained in our culture that they're not even willing to. It's beyond their imagination. Right. So when it's introduced, at first, a lot of times people they go against the grain because they're like, I'm not used to that train of thought. But the more that they think about it, and the more that they see that it is not, when you just make it practical for them. Something that Sue said that we oftentimes tell our clients is that you're not developing a whole new way, a whole new train of thought or way of life. You're basically just taking the meat out and then you're eating your sides, and so that makes it more applicable to them and makes it more practical for them.
Yeah. Are your clients also, and Mike, you touched on this a little bit, as far as the health benefits? And, like I said to Sue earlier, we are in a state with a high percentage of people with heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, pre-diabetes. And, I say all the time on this program, if we just love ourselves enough to want to live the best life we can, you got to love yourself more than you love fried chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do you guys do, and Sue and I kind of talked a little bit about this when we had our conversation offline. Do you ever sponsor any like taste testings or stuff like that to let people taste, some of the meatless alternatives, or do you just kind of steer them toward you can eat anything but meat?
We do it, but haven't did it now since the COVID. But we still, about every 4 months we had we and Kim, we used to cook a vegetarian meal, and they love it.
Yeah.
They just tell us what they want, and we pretty much do it. Some of our clients will make their meal also. Some of them say, well, I don't want to go to restaurants, so sometimes the wife usually do their meal, and then we send it to them they eat it for a week, put it in containers and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good. So you do food prep?
Yes, ma'am.
You still do food prep?
We haven't did it in a while since the COVID right now.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. But we get ready to go back to it after a while.
All right. Well, I'll be calling you.
Yes,
I will be calling you. Hey, Lorraine, do you like the meatless alternatives? I love a veggie burger. I love the veggie crumbles. Do you like that better, worse, or the same as just the plant-based? Do you like the meat alternatives?
Yes, I do. My favorite, and that's the only one I kind of stick to now, is the Beyond Meat. I don't like the Impossible burgers or products, but the Beyond Meat products is the ones that I stick to, and they are very tasty. They are very flavorful. so you kind of get some flavor with it as well. I don't care for the soy. That's just my personal preference.
Yeah.
I really don't do the soy products, but definitely the Beyond Meat plant-based I really enjoy.
Certified personal trainer Lorraine Dunbar joins us along with Kim and Mike Simmons with Let's Live Longer. And this is their website where they offer several services. It's time to live longer: weight management, aerobics, personal training. And Kim and Mike were just sharing with us how they and their clients, how they coach their clients into a meatless lifestyle. And not only are people losing weight, they are doing much better with their health and wellness. I want to remind everyone that you are watching Wellness Wednesday on Coping with COVID and It Together SC and the Diabetes Advisory Council present Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday here on Coping with COVID. I'm Tre Tailor. And hey, don't forget to, scrolling at the bottom of the screen are several resources that are available for flu shots, COVID testings, and all types of financial resources. So please check the scroll at the bottom of the screen and continue to post and share this information out so we can get this message to the masses. You guys have been vegetarians for a long time, and so have I. I believe this, but do you think it's getting easier now to become a vegetarian?
Yes,
I think so. Because I think they're along with Sue with the Less Meat Less initiative throughout the Columbia area. I mean, she's advocating for more restaurants to really sell and cater to vegetarian and sell plant-based products. So that is getting a little better than what we've seen in years.
Mm-hmm.
So customers have more options. So I think personally it's getting better and the food is good. You put
more options.
More options, and the flavors are better. It's not just a bland product.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's getting much easier.
Mike and Kim, what do you think about that? Are your clients saying that it's becoming easier for them to choose plant-based?
I definitely think it is easier for them, and they are saying that it's easier for them. And I think it's also that a lot more people who are what we would term stars are on board with plant-based diets. So they see it in the media, they see it on Facebook, on social media. So it's more, the word has spread more. So it's not something that's foreign to people now. And so a lot of people who normally may not have gone that way, they're seeing that is a viable option for having a better lifestyle.
Yeah. So give me a couple of suggestions if people want to try it, or if people don't want to try it, but they probably need to try it, maybe because of weight or because of their health. And we're going to bring Sue back in here too, because I want to, I ask you guys to give people some suggestions, like a step-by-step. If you are thinking about maybe dabbling in a Meatless Monday, a Meatless Wednesday, one day a week, some kind of vegetarian lifestyle, and if you are having some health challenges and you love yourself, like I said, better than fried chicken, and you want to really make an effort to eat better so you can live longer, what do you tell them, Lorraine? You tell me first. What do you tell people? What are the steps?
Well, first thing I say, you need to drink your water. You need to drink water. You need to really leave all those flavorful beverages alone, the sugars, the teas. You need to drop it, number one. If you can do that initially and stick to more, if you're not willing to give up the meat just yet, stick to better choices of meat. Baking versus frying, grill, So trying to step down, in a sense, from all the fried, all the sugar, all the sweets, do a step down from there as a premise to moving forward.
Yeah, I love that water thing, because even with water, you can put something in it, lemon, lime. I put a tea bag. I put a turmeric tea bag in my water. I love tea, but I'll just put a turmeric tea bag in my water, hot or cold, and just drink on that. Mike and Kim, do you have some suggestions?
One thing that I would suggest along the lines of Lorraine was saying, if you can't see yourself going just totally meatless, don't do it at nighttime. If you're going to do it, maybe earlier during the day where it's not sitting so heavy on your system at night. And that's one suggestion that I would definitely give people.
Yeah, that's good, Mike.
Yeah, one thing I'll say, you still got to treat your body as a temple of God. One thing I don't tell them, I guess I'm more blunt to my clients. I will tell them pretty much, why would you put something dead inside a live body?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just real simple, and that's the main thing. Put the live stuff inside of a live body. Your body's alive, so put stuff inside there. That's going to help your body. I mean, that's real simple. But then also, we started with, they got to do one day a week, and then eventually you do 2 days to a week, and then it's up to them. But it's on their discretion when they want to do it.
Yeah. Before I get to Sue, you're sitting up here. When you said that just resonated with me, because I've got to take the kids to school. I got to pass by the chicken plant every day.
Okay.
On the way, we will see a truck full of live chickens, and they're starting to ask me, "Well, Tutu, what's happening with the chicken?" But that's just made me think of that, because now they're in their mind, they're thinking this is a live chicken here that we've seen on the truck going to the place, and then they may see it in their chicken nuggets, because chicken nuggets have chicken in it. Go ahead, Sue. Kids love chicken nuggets. Go ahead, Sue.
Those chickens aren't going on vacation.
No, girl. No.
That
That
type of
is not the
chicken is
spot
not
up there.
going anywhere fun. And that's a good, drive by that place. It's and I feel for the workers who work there too. It's awful for everybody involved. But I like all the ideas everyone shared about how to start eating less meat if you want to. And Trey, you asked, for those who want to start eating less meat for their health or the animals or the planet or whatever, and don't know how, just decrease the portion size of meat on your plate and increase the portion size of the sides. Just slowly cut it out. And for those who don't want anything to do with any of this, we have to remember that the primary purpose of eating is to nourish our bodies. So that's number one. There's also taste, sensation, and family tradition and that kind of thing. But we have to remember that, number one is we're trying to be healthy, nourish our bodies. So it can't just be always, well, I don't like the taste of that, so I'm going to eat this. You have to think, if you want to be healthy and feel good and live a long life, it's good to start thinking about what is good for me and my loved ones, and just gradually start eating more plants. And like I said, treat the plant-based foods, which there are a lot more plant-based foods than there are animal-based foods out there, but treat those with the same attention and time and effort as you do the meat. Season them properly, apply oil and heat, and make them taste good. Make them taste like, you would a chicken, a bland raw chicken breast. You got to do something to that. So do something to the grains and the broccoli or whatever vegetables you like too.
Yeah, she Mitchell Peace Joy Jen says she has to add more spices with the plant-based foods. Yeah, and that may be it. You know what I tell people sometimes, do it in phases. Maybe take out chicken first, or take out beef, take out red meat first, and then take out turkey and chicken, and then take out fish. You know what I mean? I say do it in phases instead of going. I went cold turkey because I had a bad meat experience, but some people just maybe needs to do it in phases. The other thing is, I'm glad to see a lot more restaurants are cooking their vegetables without meat.
Yeah. Or pork seasoning.
Yeah. Because that's a big thing too with restaurants. Even if you want to eat the vegetables, you might as well be eating some pig feet, because it's got so much, it's got so much meat in it.
I agree, and it seems like everybody feels they need to sprinkle their salads with bacon. You go out to eat, and it's like, well, I want salad, but could you leave off the bacon? But and some of these plant-based products that we've talked about are a good way to transition to eating less meat.
Yes.
If you really love the flavor of meat, use the plant meat, because it's they have a 90 to 95% less impact on the environment, meaning they use that much less land and water. And you still get, they're not health foods, but they are healthier than animal meat, because you still get the phytochemicals. You don't get cholesterol. They are lower in fat and saturated fat, and they're intentionally trying to make them taste and cook and look like animal meat, but be better for the environment and a little healthier for us. So that's a good way to transition too into eating less animal meat.
Awesome. Lorraine, tell us about your certified personal training before we leave.
Okay. Well, since COVID, Star Fitness LLC has been the personal training business that I developed like 4 or 5, maybe about 8 years ago, actually. Kind of see people on an individual basis, still geared toward the eating and exercising. Those are the two main. I don't even really focus on weight loss, to you the truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't go in it saying, okay, you're gonna lose 50 pounds or 20 pounds or 10 pounds. I get them to start thinking. I do more education. So I get them to start thinking about healthier lifestyle, how to change some things in your diet, how to do more exercising, how to change the different ways of your nutritional patterns, different choices you can versus this choice versus that choice.
Right.
Label reading, reading nutrition, what you're getting, what you're putting into your body. So those are really important to me. And before they know it, they really done attained their goals with weight loss.
Right.
But since COVID, I did some things virtually, kind of like not doing virtually right now. But since COVID, I kind of backed off with the personal training, started doing some stuff virtually, but kind of backed off from that right now. Just trying to give myself some time to pay some Benedict business some attention and not be overwhelmed.
Well, you can see Lorraine's information on the bottom of the screen. And Kim and Mike, it's time to live longer. Are you guys taking clients?
Yes, ma'am. We still doing it. We got some clients that start at 4:30 in the morning, and we got them in the afternoon also. And also we do some that's on online also. So we keeping busy, doing the right thing. And as Lorraine said, just got to keep them they eat right and exercise. And we weigh our clients every 3 months. We don't really concern about the weight. The more thing I'm concerned about is that you reducing that body fat.
Right.
That's the main thing, because what happened, and I told them that muscle weighs more than fat. So therefore, as long as that BMI go down some, I'm happy. So we good. Just to be overall healthy. That's the main thing. I want you to feel good. And then just a lot of clients just say, "Oh, Mike, it's doing good because the doctor done reduced my medicine, that took me off." So everything's going good. They feel good. We feel happy. So everybody is doing good now.
Awesome. You can see the information on the screen about their business, about their website, and of course, Sue with Let's Meet Less. And thank you again so much for all of your initiatives. You can see that information on the screen. Hey, don't forget, if you are just joining us, hit replay. And if you're joining us on the replay, I want to say hi, but don't forget to hit replay so that you can find out information about all of these great initiatives, so that as Mitchell Peace Joy Jen says, we must live to eat to live and not live to eat. Thank you, Mitchell, for watching. Right. Thank you for your comment. Lorraine Dunbar, certified personal trainer. Mike and Kim Simmons with Time to Live Longer. And then, of course, Sue Doran. Thank you all so much for joining us today on Wellness Wednesday from In It Together SC and the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Been a pleasure.
Have a blessed day.
Absolutely. So listen, if you have a story or initiative that could help someone cope with COVID, please go to the Tailor Made production page and inbox us. We would love to feature you on Coping with COVID. If you have a product or service that could help someone cope with COVID, please email copingwithtreitailor@gmail.com. You can see the information scrolling on the bottom of the screen. We would love for you to be a proud sponsor, just like In It Together SC and the Diabetes Action Council of South Carolina. Also, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, the Comet Bus System, Javis Tax Service is also a sponsor. The Fifth Circuit Solicitor's Office, Byron Gibson, Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall, Palmetto Painting Services, and Palmetto Media Connections, and also Agape Counseling and Training Center. Now, tomorrow, Dr. Johnny Cordero and I have a fascinating conversation about the South Carolina Community Black Caucus, but we talk about so many other initiatives that are important to Black and Brown communities. You don't want to miss this conversation tomorrow on coping with COVID. And then we talk to broadcast professional Carolyn Sawyer about her new Minority Business Coalition. Then Friday, we talk about Domestic Violence Awareness Month. That's October. And we will talk to survivors and providers about domestic violence awareness. That's coming up tomorrow and Friday right here on Coping with COVID. As always, I leave you with a reading from Jesus Calling today on October 20th. Jesus says, "I am your living God, far more abundantly alive than the most vivacious person you know. As you identify more and more fully with me, my life becomes increasingly intertwined with yours. Though the process of aging continues, inwardly you grow stronger with the passing years. Those who live close to me develop an inner aliveness that makes them seem youthful in spite of their years. Let my life shine through you as you walk in the light of me." That's kind of what we were talking about today. If you eat right and you exercise and you care for yourself and your body, you have increased energy and vivaciousness and all of that good stuff so that you can live longer and more productively. That's your Jesus Calling for today, Wednesday, October 20th. I'm Tre Tailor. Thank you guys so much again for joining us. Until the next time, I wish you peace and abundant blessings. Take care, stay well, be blessed. Please get your vaccine, and don't forget to wear your mask over your nose and under your chin. We'll see you tomorrow.
Coping with COVID and In It Together present Wellness Wednesday, brought to you by the Diabetes Advisory Council of South Carolina and DHEC's Division of Diabetes and Heart Disease Management.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.